John had always been a dreamer. After spending years in the bustling city, he decided it was time for a change. He packed up his life and moved to a quiet little village surrounded by green fields and tall trees. The air smelled fresh, and the people were friendly. It felt like the perfect place to start over. One sunny afternoon, while taking a walk through the park, John noticed someone sitting alone on a bench near the lake. She was reading a book, her golden hair shimmering in the sunlight. Something about her caught his attention. Perhaps it was the peaceful expression on her face, or the way she seemed completely absorbed in her book. Curiosity got the better of him, and he approached her cautiously. "Excuse me," he said softly, not wanting to disturb her. The woman looked up, startled at first, but then she smiled warmly. "Hello," she replied. "Can I help you?" "I'm new here," John explained, feeling a bit nervous. "I just moved to the village. My name is John." "Oh, welcome," she said, closing her book. "I'm Anna. It's nice to meet you." They struck up a conversation right away. Anna told John about the village, its history, and some of the best places to visit. She spoke with such enthusiasm that John found himself hanging onto every word. By the end of their chat, they had exchanged numbers, agreeing to meet again soon. Over the next few weeks, John and Anna became close friends. They would often go for walks together, talk about books, or grab coffee at the local cafe. John enjoyed Anna's company immensely. She was intelligent, kind, and had a great sense of humor. Slowly but surely, John began to develop feelings for her. But there was one thing that bothered him. He didn't know much about her personal life. She never mentioned family or relationships, and John assumed she was single. He wanted to ask her out on a proper date, but something held him back. Maybe it was fear of rejection, or maybe it was because he wasn't sure how she felt about him. One day, as they sat together at the cafe sipping hot chocolate, John finally mustered the courage to bring up the topic. "Anna," he began hesitantly, "there's something I've been meaning to ask you." Before he could continue, the door to the cafe opened, and a man walked in. He was tall, with broad shoulders and a confident stride. When he spotted Anna, his face lit up with a huge smile. "Anna, my love," the man exclaimed, walking straight toward their table. Without hesitation, he leaned down and kissed her gently on the cheek. John froze, his heart sinking. His mind raced with questions. Who was this man? Why was he calling Anna my love? And why hadn't Anna ever mentioned him before? Anna turned to John, looking slightly flustered. "Oh, John, I'd like you to meet someone," she said quickly. "This is Daniel, my husband." John's jaw dropped. He stared at Anna, unable to believe what he was hearing. "Your husband?" he stammered. "Yes," Anna replied, her cheeks turning red. "I'm so sorry, John. I thought you knew. I didn't mean to mislead you. I guess we never really talked about our personal lives." Daniel extended his hand to John. "Nice to meet you," he said cheerfully, seemingly unaware of the awkwardness in the air. John shook his hand mechanically, still processing everything. He forced a smile and muttered, "Yeah, nice to meet you too." The rest of the meeting passed in a blur. John barely paid attention to the conversation between Anna and Daniel. All he could think about was how foolish he had been. How could he have missed such an important detail? Hadn't they spent hours talking? Why hadn't she mentioned her marriage? Later that evening, after returning home, John replayed the events in his mind. He felt embarrassed, angry, and even a little betrayed. But deep down, he knew it wasn't entirely Anna's fault. She hadn't intentionally hidden anything from him. It was just something they had both overlooked during their conversations. The next morning, John received a text from Anna. "Hey, John. I hope you're doing okay. I feel terrible about yesterday. Can we talk?" John sighed and replied, "Sure. Let's meet at the park later." When they met, Anna immediately apologized. "John, I'm really sorry if I gave you the wrong impression. I truly value our friendship, and I never meant to hurt you." "It's okay," John said, though his tone suggested otherwise. "I should have asked sooner. I guess I just assumed." "I understand," Anna said gently. "But now you know. Daniel and I have been married for 5 years." We're very happy together, and I wouldn't trade him for anything in the world. John nodded, trying to push aside his disappointment. I get it, and I'm happy for you, really. I just need some time to adjust. Anna smiled gratefully. Thank you for understanding. You're a good friend, John. I hope we can still keep hanging out, but I'll make sure to be clear about things from now on. As the days went by, John slowly came to terms with the situation. He realized that his feelings for Anna weren't strong enough to ruin their friendship. Over time, he even grew fond of Daniel, who turned out to be a genuinely nice guy. In the end, John learned an important lesson. Assumptions can lead to misunderstandings, and communication is key. Though he hadn't found love yet, he was grateful for the experience. It taught him to be more open and honest in all his relationships. And who knows? Maybe someday, he'd find someone special of his own.